tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it to the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we'll never drop.
You can't say that anymore. You can't say
But
it's
that's why we
little
were so blown away,
little people.
because it's a company owned and operated by
Little people.
who basically are like,
Let you throw
guys
them.
like to toss us, so we're gonna get
Lord.
paid for it.
Dear Lord.
And it's like a whole, like, they do wrestling and do. I could not believe it was a business model like that a business existed. I was very
It is. It's and the thing is, like, is it right? If it's the marginalized people doing it, right?
Right.
Then where is your recourse? You know?
right, because it's sort of like, if they wanted, it was a very it was a surprising thing that one could go to.
I would be surprised. Yes. Should color me surprised. It's like,
So it exists.
oh, I don't know. I can't even. We're live, by the way. Okay, Sam.
Oh, hey everybody.
That was unclear. Everyone's here. Hello. Yes.
Found out,
Hello, everyone.
I found out that midget tossing is a real
Little
thing.
people throwing.
It feels bad for me to even say it.
It should.
But like, actually hearing it, it's like, no. It's we saw midget tossing and midget wrestling, and so, like, I went to the website, and it's like, holy crap! It's like all over the United States, and it's like, if you want little people to come to your house and like do stuff and pay us, we will.
Is it like?
And it was like,
it's taking the nation by storm, like pickleball.
perhaps. Well, although pickleball is I believe overly the degree to which it's spread throughout the United States is amazing.
Yes, it is, because we've seen it. We saw it down in Florida for years. It was going on.
Oh yeah. There's pickleball tournaments in the villages and stuff, around forever.
Huge. A thing.
I myself have never played a round of pickleball, but I generally don't play a round of any balls.
Right.
So,
limited balls that you play with. No, I understand that.
Yeah, I don't really pick balls or hit them with bats or lacrosse sticks or whatever.
I believe the appeal is, I still need to understand the details, so I believe it's on one half of a tennis court. You know what I mean? So it's like,
so there's less move you have to run.
Left running, yeah, which is why it's better for the older people. So I think it's like in between like ping pong and tennis. You know what I mean? It's like the middle. You gotta run a little bit, but not a ton.
Although what I heard about it, it's like hard on the knees. And
because you're constantly reversing direction, juking. Yeah, you're juking.
Difficult for because like that's the one thing.
Sure.
As getting older, it's like, that's swimming and things like that don't have the high impact. But
So I wonder if it's like a knees.
People like pickleball.
They're gonna love their pickleball. They're gonna do it. I wonder if it's like a knees endurance test. Then, you know what I mean? Like, whose knees are gonna hold out to the end of the match.
Well, so many of them have replacement knees, and they talk about
That's
who
true.
has had replacement knees and
Right.
who's like
Has advantage.
working with better equipment. But
Bionic
it's like,
knees.
yeah, exactly. We're trying to explain that a new knee is not a bionic knee.
Yes.
It's not like, I
Yes.
replaced my arm with this
Right.
robot arm.
And I'm like Steve
that
Austin
is-
from $6 Million Man.
Yeah, right, exactly. And like for $6 million, that's like so little money.
But it was
For six-
1976 million. All right, how much was 1976 million? $6 million
But yeah, it seems
dollars in 1970.
low.
1975, I think it was.
something
How
like-
much is it worth today?
or what would be the inflation
Yeah,
in today's dollars?
35 million. Not bad.
Too low.
For what
No
he could
way.
do, too low. I see what you're saying. Okay.
I mean, it's like we have companies that are absolutely worthless that have valuations of billions of dollars.
That's true. So you could build an army of bionic men, basically.
Right, but you can't. That's the thing.
Right.
So
Because it's actually
Right.
extremely expensive, right? Yeah, so like
Right.
we're talking like being able to run at 60 miles an hour, to lift like 5 tons, you know what I mean? Like these superhuman
Right.
attributes.
right, and you would also need
Freaking-
machinery inside that can be actually you know machined to those very small tolerances. In
Yes.
terms of,
Yes. Absolutely.
I'm just saying, it's a lot harder to create a cyborg than you might think.
It is.
And
We're still working on
so-
functional prosthetics for a lot of development
Right,
problems.
right.
Right? It's like,
I mean, those Boston Dynamics guys are awesome, but
yes, only do so much.
they can only do so much. Yeah.
Do so. I gotta something like you're not right. Something gotta.
And I mean, I've been told that my whole life.
I know. I
feel-
know. I need to grow you here.
Is my head or is my my frame box small?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why. In your frame box, but our viewers are here, so we should start.
Yeah, we need to be. Yeah, we need to be helping them.
No, absolutely, and we will, and we will, and we will, and we will. Fixing your cropping here. You need a little cropping adjustment.
I'm just fed in here via satellite. I don't even know what
You really
you're
are.
at,
I know.
you know.
You're-
Just
It's
here on
all
my island.
magic. And you look better now. You look better now. I've made you beautiful again.
Oh well, thank you.
Yeah, no, I do. That's what I do.
You work magic. I
Work.
appreciate that.
The magic. That's right. So yeah, we're
Bring
here. All this is all possible. That's right. So it's Tuesday again.
Welcome.
So and
Yes.
I was looking at our archives here, and it is this is episode 67. Hard to believe that, actually, but
it's
true.
I
The
feel
date doesn't lie.
I feel like yeah, I feel like it's episode number 5.
I know.
It's just
Yet
there's
episode
so
five.
much-
Yet episode 5,000 in
there's
some ways.
s- Right, there's just so much work to do. So it's just one of those things this is one of those things that's just it's a job that never ends, but
Right.
it's fulfilling and rewarding. And
That's right.
and quite frankly, you need us
I think
like
so.
desperately.
I mean, for
So-
sure, our 5 questioners today, Nia. So I'm gonna jump right
Right.
into it.
And
Like including Angela. So Angela's from Sandpoint. Oh,
All
you're
right,
gonna,
what
you're
do we
gonna
got
say
for
I'm sorry.
Angela?
Yeah, you ready for Angela? So Angela's from Sandpoint, Idaho, which I've never been to. Angela from Sandpoint says, "My boyfriend and I live together in our mid-20s. He sleeps so deeply you think he was dead. He sleeps through alarms, loud bangs, direct sunlight, you name it. He's also physically aggressive, kicking, elbow scratching. The amount of times I've had to unlatch his death grip from me is uncountable. I credit all my scratches and bruising to his unconscious assaults. Lastly, he does weird stuff in his sleep when he's not sending rogue elbows at me. He talks, clicks his tongue, smacks his lips. In rare cases, he will yell or spit across the room. The only way I can awaken is by literally palming him in the chest. Why is he like this? What can I do?" Angela. Okay, well, I think we got
okay,
this.
Angela.
Yeah.
Hey, first, stop sleeping in the same bed. Like,
This
what
is
are
an
you
option.
doing? I would not have thought I would have to suggest the sleeping separately thing, but apparently
Yeah.
it has not occurred to you.
Right.
Because that whole death grip thing,
Is the cuddling worth it, Angela? Is the cuddling worth it?
right. So your boyfriend sounds like he's suffering from not one but several major sleep disorders.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the first thing you absolutely need to do is stop co-sleeping together
Yes.
until you can work this out.
Yes.
And then the next thing is he needs to get a sleep study.
Yes.
Non-negotiable.
Correct.
That has to happen
Correct.
because something is going on. He has parasomnia, which is when you have all these disruptive behaviors that affect your sleep, and
Right.
you can talk but
Acting
it
out in
is,
your sleep.
Like,
Legitimate
was
syndrome.
your boyfriend trapped in a Burmese tiger pit for like a long period of time, or a POW camp? Like, has he been through some
PTSD or something.
horrible
I know.
trauma? Like,
Yeah.
I don't. It's. I
Yeah,
mean, it
I
sounds
know.
like he's really going through something.
Yeah. So, but you can't tolerate this, Angela. And sure, he doesn't. Hopefully, he feels bad when you guys wake up and,
Right.
oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Check that, because hopefully yes. Right. If not, you have other problems. But yeah, no, you gotta do separate beds. Sorry to hear it. You can have sex, have your coitus, get into cuddle mode, and then right before sleep, you will move over to his bed, right? And then that's nothing wrong with that.
But it's I think it's important for you guys to discuss that, like, it isn't about an intimacy thing or closeness thing. 'Cause
Right.
what can happen with cases of parasomnia is that one partner will feel, oh, we're not together because we're not sleeping in the
Yeah.
same, and it's like that doesn't have to affect your relationship.
Right.
Being sleeping in the same bed is not a absolute must,
Yes,
in
yes.
order to have a successful
Yes.
relationship.
Correct.
So this situation, like, you're really in danger of getting hurt.
Correct.
And
He
it
could
sounds
hurt
like
you.
you have been hurt, and
Yes.
you could. I mean, and in this situation, he does not have control over the disruptive behaviors.
Correct.
He could be fighting a mountain lion for all
Right.
he knows. And so the first step is always to move to a separate bed and
Yes.
then
Sleep
have a
study.
sleep study. It's not super fun, but they can start figuring stuff out.
Yes.
There's medication that you can take that will
Mhm.
that can lower cases of parasomnia, night terrors, those sorts of things.
Mhm. Absolutely.
But yeah,
I'm
that's,
agreed. I'm actually in agreement with you on this one.
actually in agreement.
No, it's come. There it is.
I feel validated that I have
feel-
said something that you agree with.
I feel comforted that you are validated. So
we
I've
both agree
shared
that
my
night
emotions.
terrors should be addressed.
Yes,
and that
absolutely.
If you are beating the living shit out of your partner while you
Yes.
sleep,
Yes,
someone needs to have a conversation.
correct.
And we're both on that page.
Exactly. So yeah, you need to take action. And Angela, again, you're being in separate beds. Fine. Cuddle while you watch TV. Cuddle post sex. Go in separate beds before you sleep. You're not losing anything in the
The minute
relationship.
he falls asleep, get out.
Get out of the
You gotta-
bed. Yes.
Yeah, but once you hear the snore or whatever, you got to
Yeah, yeah.
extricate yourself from that situation because, it sounds like you're not quite sure what'll happen. So,
Right.
and your boyfriend, knowing this, he should be concerned and not want to hurt you. So he should be open to the idea
Right.
of sleeping separately and getting a sleep study because
They should be.
even if
yes.
even if he wasn't in a relationship, this isn't a good thing to have.
Right.
Like even if he lived by himself, like
Right.
having the
Right.
These
He's probably not
major sleep
sleeping
disturb-
well. You know what I mean with this?
At all.
Right. So the sleep again. Back to the
And
sleep
so-
study. So yeah. So Angela, take that. Good luck with it. Do not get hurt. Please, we wish you.
Yeah, or try.
that.
Yeah. Definitely, just don't explain it to your boyfriend, but don't feel that because you're not sharing a bed at night, you're now no longer
You're losing
close to
something
this
from your
It's
relationship.
like no, you're not. It's
Not that.
just,
We give the
have
blessing
sex,
on this.
then switch.
Yes, exactly. All right, here we go. Next one comes from Kayla from Laguna Hills, California. Let's see. Kayla is a 23-year-old female. She was scrolling on the notification center of her 27-year-old boyfriend's locked iPhone. He has a lot of
Why?
notifications. He has a lot of notifications he hasn't cleared. And of course, the phone was locked, so I couldn't read any of them. But I saw a white box with a
Good.
black H. Immediately, my heart dropped. I knew what it was. We met on Hinge ourselves, been dating for about 5 months. I told him what I saw. We went upstairs and he grabbed his phone. He was doing something on it, which now looking back could have been him deleting the app, but then he showed me the app wasn't there, but it was before. Is it appropriate for me to ask him to download it and see when he last messaged someone? Kayla from Laguna Hills.
Jesus fucking Christ, Kayla, relax. Oh my God.
I didn't know about the H for Hinge.
Well, okay. First of all, yeah, okay. I get where you're coming from.
I'm not
Like,
up on Hinge.
Hinge is the whole thing with Hinge is it's designed to be deleted. So Hinge is
That
basically
true?
just that's
Wait,
that's
what?
Hinge's tagline is designed to be deleted, meaning it is not like Tinder or one of these things that is about hooking up.
It's
It is-
in a relationship.
It is yeah,
Right, okay.
and so its thing is that it's about establishing meaningful relationships, and so there's a lot of like stuff with like pairing up common
Got it.
interests and all that stuff.
I'm from the eHarmony Perfect Match days, so all these new apps are
Right.
foreign to me.
But like what's confusing me is it's like, okay, so you've been dating 5 months, you met on Hinge.
Right.
Did you have a delete the app party or something where like you guys decided after 3
Right.
months, okay, we're deleting our Hinge apps because
Exactly.
it's designed
Ready,
to be
go,
deleted?
click. And
Like-
it's like,
Because whether or not it's still on his phone,
hmm
who cares? And like the I mean, Mrs. Greenpants helped me write my Grinder profile.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand why you can't.
a good woman right there.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and I don't know
mean-
if like, but like too that like you said he had like an ass load of notifications that he didn't clear. Like he literally could have had ones from like months ago, and you've been together 5 months. You know what I mean?
right.
And even if he did
And first of
delete
all,
it,
why are you picking up his phone? And why are you
Right.
going through his
you're
locked
clearly a
iPhone
trust
and then
person.
writing us?
You have trust issues, right?
Yeah.
So like
because
well,
right
she's 23.
now,
She's
you are a
23, which is
human
part
red
of it.
Flag.
She's 23, so that's part of it.
She's 23.
Insecurity
Okay.
issues, right? So, no offense, Kayla, but you're 23. So,
You're a giant human red flag. If we could contact your boyfriend, we would tell him to find someone who's a little bit calmer and not so fucking crazy, Kayla.
no, let's give Kayla a break.
Sorry.
So, Yeah, so the message could have been there a long time.
This stuff
I-
with the phones,
yeah.
I don't understand the kids today.
The
Like,
kids today.
this sort of there seems to be some sort of universal activity of I was going through my partner's phone when I
Right.
wasn't supposed to.
It's like,
and
why
I
would you
found
do
this thing that I
Right.
think is suspicious.
Yeah. It's like you got to rewind to that point, right? So you say, why did you do that, right? And if the reason is that you have trust issues, you need to have a conversation
Right.
with your partner
We're back there
and
again.
say, hey, I'm struggling with some trust issues. Can you help me put my mind at ease? Or I'm struggling with some trust issues. Can we talk it out and figure out why I feel this way? You know, and da 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 da. Hey, can
And he
we?
might very well say, "Go fuck yourself,"
Right.
because no, I'm not showing you my phone. We've been dating 5 months, you fucking crazy bitch. And then he
Ayla.
has a new, So my advice is tell your boyfriend to re-download the app and
Yes.
find someone better than you. Okay, find someone that is not their own red flag just walking around, because that's you, Kayla. Laguna Hills, it's a nice area. I've been there a lot.
Wasn't
but,
there a show called Laguna Hill? It was like, wasn't
Oh,
it
yeah,
Beverly
about
Hills
the people
knockoff
that
or
live in
something.
Laguna Hills.
Yeah, people live in Laguna Hills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Kayla, don't. You're being very mean to Kayla. I'm saying she needs to manifest her insecurities with her trust issues in a more constructive way, using conversation versus taking phones and scrolling. Right. That's what I'm saying.
And her question is, is she already confronted her boyfriend about it, and he's like, no, I don't have it, and then showed it to her. So to confront her trust issues, she is saying, can you go to the app store, get this app,
Right. And look at your
download it,
message history.
re-log in, and
Uh-huh.
show me the last date you had correspondence. If you want him to do that, go fuck yourself. He will find a new girlfriend. That's insane. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
So Kayla, yeah,
nope.
I don't think anything's fishy
So
here.
if you would like to ask him that, absolutely, feel free. Just be
Yeah,
prepared.
yeah.
The door in your face.
Yeah. So Kayla, I would not quite put it that way, but I think like you really got to look at your trust
Oh, I would.
issues. So because even if hypothetically you suspect he deleted the app, right? He might have, but again, his notifications may have been crazy old, and he never bothered to delete the app. And then he said, "Oh shit, she could rip my head off. She sees his app on here, so I'm gonna delete it." Right? And he still made nothing wrong. So
And if you have a partner who you're worried that she's going to see this thing on my phone, that
Right.
already your relationship's in trouble. If
Yeah,
you have
yeah,
this
for
badly
sure.
with the trust issues, that it's like
for sure,
you're looking over to be like, who you texting? Who's that
Right.
from?
right?
Is that from a girl? Like, I know you guys are in your early 20s, so for
Yeah.
right now, break the fuck up, find new people, start over. And next time, just relax a little bit. I mean, I'm
Oh
sure
my
there's
goodness.
lots and lots of people in. Where are you from? I
Not trust. No,
she's,
no,
she's
Laguna Hills. Laguna
Oh, yeah,
Hills.
Laguna Hills. There are plenty of morons for you to date. Like it's Southern California.
And
is
that's the
filled
thing.
with
Like,
it.
if he was really cheating on you and it was smart, you'd probably never see the app, right? So,
Right. Well,
it's
if he
like-
was cheating on you, he wouldn't be cheating on you with Hinge.
Right.
That's the thing. He's
Right,
not
right,
cheating. He wouldn't cheat on you
right.
with a meaningful relationship.
He would treat on you
kind
with
of app.
Tinder. He would treat on you with
Exactly.
Tinder, right?
He would be on Tinder or
Tinder
Grindr
or Grindr. What's
many of the other
there's another
apps.
one too. Yeah, there's like those poly apps now.
Mhm.
Thing, but
You know,
yeah, no,
it's important to have a presence on all of them. I think.
I think
as
so
a- as
because
an
you want to
American.
hedge your bets as an American, as a well-rounded
exactly.
individual. You want to make sure you're covering your
Right.
bases. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have an account. At least have a profile set up.
Yes.
In case
yes.
you need it.
Yeah, Kayla, so you're clearly insecure. So hold on to that very thing Green Pants said. If he was just screwing around, he wouldn't be on Hinge. And keep telling yourself that, because it's true. You know what I mean? It's just not the right app for it, right? So there you go. But you need to get at the root of why you feel insecure about your relationship, right? You picked up that phone and you started scrolling for a reason, right? So you need
And
to
that
come
reason
to grips
is
with
because, and I will tell you what Vanguard's getting at. It's your own insecurities,
Yes.
insecurities
Yes.
and inadequacies.
Yes.
You're transferring that,
Yes.
all of the worry and that onto your boyfriend.
Yes.
And that's a giant red flag, and he needs to break up with you.
Yes, I do not recommend that.
That is my recommendation.
Kayla's boyfriend, accept that Kayla has insecurities, communicate with her about them, talk through them, figure out where they come from, and figure out how you can help reassure her that she doesn't have anything to be concerned about. That's the approach.
I will try to find your boyfriend and tell him to dump you. Because, for his sake.
Kayla, I'm pulling for you. So good luck. So yeah,
I
yes.
am desperately pulling the other direction.
Yes. All right, Kayla. The takeaway. If you take anything away from this, takeaway: he wouldn't be cheating with you on Hinge. That's the big takeaway. If he was at Tinder, maybe you got him.
Also, relax.
Also,
Also, don't look for signs of cheating everywhere, or you will
Yes.
drive yourself insane.
Exactly.
Too late.
because you will find anything, right? Like hair ties, for example.
Exactly. And you
All
would
right.
even like write to white dudes on the internet to ask
And
advice
ask,
about it.
what do I do about the toe tie I found? Right? It's not
Just think about that. See that in your head. It's fucking crazy.
wacko. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Next one comes from William from Lewiston, Maine.
Okay.
Let's see. A month ago, my wife's sister came to visit us. She gave me hints every day that she is not indifferent to me. She consistently pushed me up against me and made reasons to touch me. At one point, she grabbed my ass. I'm afraid to be alone with her now because she will pounce and rape me. Quotes. I do not know whether to tell my wife this because it would ruin their relationship. What am I supposed to do? William.
Okay.
The sister's
Holy
coming on.
shit.
Sister's coming on to
Okay.
William big time. Damn.
Okay, but okay. First of all,
Whew.
it's like yes, okay, and this is you need to tell your wife. But this all happened a month ago. Like,
Yep.
so, like, okay, what you should have done
Yes.
is when she was there, you could tell your wife, "Hey, your sister's kind of touchy feely, and it makes me a little uncomfortable and feel
Yeah, yeah,
awkward. Is there something I should do about that, or does
Yeah.
that bother you? Just somewhere to get it on her radar, and then she
Yes.
can talk to her sister.
Yes, agreed. You got to,
Um,
but you got to make it innocuous like that. You don't don't go to her and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, your sister wants to fuck me." By the way,
Right, exactly.
do not
say-
say that.
Just say her, her.
Or the way she
yes.
interacts or her
Yeah,
touchiness is just kind of
It's like it's weird because you're my wife and she's your sister.
Yeah,
and she's
yeah,
very
it weirds me
touchy-feely,
out a
and I
bit.
know she's like that, but it
Right.
weirds me out.
that's. I know
And
she's
you're
like
not
that.
the-
That's how you do it.
You're not the
Right.
bad guy because you're,
Correct. Correct.
and like because like if she lives like a long distance away,
Mhm.
then you need to basically you need to put some sort of like plan in place before the next time that she comes. But you just
Right.
definitely tell your your wife,
but
not
in the way we
necessarily-
just described.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
that's the way we tell her. Yeah, and if your wife
Like,
happens to go back and say, "Oh, let her do whatever. That's just what she does," then you sleep with your wife's sister.
Right, exactly. Like so.
That's-
Listen, Romeo.
William.
You're not getting pounced on or raped unless you pay good money for it. Okay, that's not. I am very very delighted to know that you do not suffer from a lack of self confidence.
Yes. Rock on.
But what I would say is because this happened all a month ago.
Yes.
All you can really do is prepare for the next
Correct.
time,
Correct.
and certainly not bring up what happened a month ago and say, "Hey, that was kind of weird." Like it.
Yeah.
You need to just prepare for the next time to see what happens.
And I was being
Um,
facetious before. Do not sleep with your wife's sister. But you do need to have that
Oh
conversation.
no,
with her and
you
just
might
say-
want to sleep with your wife. I mean, I don't know. Is she hot? Like, but
Can you get
I
them
mean,
both?
is
Can
she
you
hotter
make?
than-
Can
is
you
she
make?
hotter than your
Is she
wife?
hot on the wife? Did you pick the wrong
I
sister?
don't know.
Can you get the threesome going? I mean, we have so many
that was terrible,
follow-on
I
questions. It was terrible.
So, yeah,
Is she hotter than the
so
wife?
But-
Oh lordy.
Uh,
Okay, yeah. Have the conversation with your wife. Tell her that the sister's touching you in ways that make you feel uncomfortable. Just like we said, touching you in ways that make you feel uncomfortable. Should I say something to her? Do you want to say something to her? I don't want to upset her. What do you think? You know what I mean? And kind of like from there. And boom.
That way, you won't be like, "Oh, what are you saying about my sister?" You're making, accusations or anything.
Right.
It should not start an internecine war between family members.
Yes.
With if you phrase it that way.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Exactly.
Um,
William, good luck.
William, yeah, good luck.
And
All will be well.
And being found attractive by women is not the worst thing in the world. So
Yeah.
keep that in your karma bank there. Let's do the right thing. Right.
At the same time, don't assume that every woman that's around is going to physically attack you and jump
Correct.
you because of your amazing hotness. They
Right.
literally
That
cannot
you're not.
control
That
themselves
you're just that hot.
because they want
cannot.
the William D
They just
so badly.
Rip off the clothes, just fly off,
Right.
and the ovulation happens, and they just can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know. Totally.
Yeah, it's just it's a whole set hormones and pheromones and everything blowing all at once. Cats and dogs living
Oh
together.
my god, it's crazy. Madness.
Yeah. So
See you
best of luck
hormones.
to you, William.
Best of luck, buddy. All right. Let's see. Our next question comes from Gerald from Falls Church, Virginia. Gerald says, I recently found myself discovering that in many aspects I may be a sapiosexual. I am just as attracted to brain stimulation as I am physical. If I see a lady who's attractive at a glance and then informs she's a doctor or has a degree in complex science or expresses her intelligence through well-argued arguments in conversation, well-argued arguments, Gerald, you're not giving me much hope for the doctor, that automatically triggers something in my brain that makes me view her way above other traditionally attractive ladies. Is that okay? Is it okay to express aloud that I am indeed deeply infatuated by someone's intelligence and knowledge capabilities? Is that considered offensive? No.
What has happened to the world?
What, like, why am I not? Gerald's asking, why am I not superficial? Why am I not?
Is finding a woman's intelligence considered offensive? Not since I last checked. I guess. I mean, I've
Oh my
I've known
lord.
many who will take it as a compliment. I mean, I suppose if you've decided to actively pursue some lady at a MAGA rally who's trying to get a red hat and have her rights decimated in front of her,
Yes.
possibly.
Right. And get her boobs
But,
autographed by JD
I'm
Vance.
fairly sure the vast majority of women would not balk at being thought of as intellectually stimulating and attractive.
Correct.
Um,
Correct.
Also, sapiosexuality is that's just it's such a dumb term because it just means it's people who find intelligence attractive
Right.
in people.
Which
But
and it's not a separate
like
thing. It's really a
substitute.
right. It's a component.
It's not a sexuality
It's a
thing.
component.
It's not sexual in terms of
I only love
like
intelligence.
if you're
Right.
a saphiophile,
Yes.
be someone who's only attracted to the intelligence.
Right.
It's like that's where the distinguisher comes in. So
Yeah, no, I go with
um,
that.
you know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, sapiosexual. Yeah, that's called like, yeah, being attracted to a woman from her mind is this. Okay, we have to go back. Loving a woman for her mind, that's a good thing. And we want to encourage that behavior. Viewers, please take heed from Gerald.
right. So if you are not required to be, as we all know, men are assholes. And,
Yes.
But you are not required to be one.
Right.
Like you can actually
You don't
right out of
have
the
to be
gate,
the asshole.
You
Right.
can start like not being one.
Yes.
And one of the first steps in that is to not be superficial, so that when you see a woman,
You are allowed to be
you are
attracted to
not,
her. That's okay.
you can be attracted to her, but you see her more as an entire human being with
Yes.
qualities, traits,
Hopes,
personality,
dreams,
all
a
sorts of things,
mind,
and not
ideas.
just a something that your body is attracted to because of evolutionary biology.
Correct.
But,
Well, intelligence is evolutionary.
right, but I mean that the idea of like you're when it sees something you like, you get the dick twitch.
Yeah.
Talking about the good old dick twitch,
Right.
where all of a sudden your body's like, what?
Ooh,
And it's like,
I want
well,
that.
Clearly, it saw something it must like, and it's like,
Yes.
you may not
It
even
wants
notice.
that, and I want. Yeah, it wants to be in a warm house that is possessed by that person.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, of course. Oh,
I would never put it so crudely like Vanguard did.
well, I just,
Of
course you wouldn't.
um,
Mr. Holier than
right,
thou.
absolutely. Come on, have some respect.
Oh, lordy.
These are
Oh,
people with,
lordy.
real problems.
I love intelligent women as well.
Yeah, I
You know what I love more
Not
than
so
intelligent women? No, I can get that. Yeah. You know what I love more intelligent women? It turns me on more talented women. Like I remember back in school, I happened to walk into the music hall in college, and this is a girl playing the piano, and she was amazing. It was the biggest turn on in the universe, and she was such a good player.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
Absolutely, any of those kind of things. It's like to be valued for
Dancers,
something other than
musicians.
your physical appearance
Yeah.
is good.
yeah,
That is what we're all pushing towards, and it kind of
Yes.
scares me that there's even the idea out there that would be considered offensive because
right.
there's just way too much. Like there's too much Ben Shapiro and Tate and
Andrew
fucking
Tate. Yeah.
Andrew Tate out there that like we're where you're actually at this point apologizing for being like, I don't only want to fuck her.
Right.
What do I do?
What do I do?
That's
Then do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
The way you're feeling right now, correct.
You are watching the wrong YouTube channels.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyone who's still watching Andrew Tate,
Except for this one.
general message out to everyone: if anyone's still out there watching Andrew Tate, please stop immediately. It's like he's one of the most toxic son of a bitches on the planet.
I mean, he's also on the run from like Romanian authorities
Yeah.
or whatever, and
Yeah.
extradited.
Right.
It's like-
Because reasons, right?
For-
It's like,
yeah, all having to do with
oh my god.
sexual crimes.
Right.
So
What does that tell you?
tells you that maybe you shouldn't think of him as a role model.
Right.
Um,
Exactly. Exactly. And you shouldn't think of women as objects. So loving them for their intelligence is
Right.
the correct behavior. So it's not offensive.
Right.
So Gerald,
And-
roll with your
and-
bad self.
And I think it's problematic to put words like sapiosexual against that to make it seem like it's some fancy thing. It's like, no,
Right.
sapiosexual just means you find intelligence attractive. Great.
But can it be mean? Can the extreme definition of it mean like you
It-
you find it the only thing attractive and at all costs? You know what I mean? Like it's.
Right, but that's not what a sapiosexual is.
Yeah.
Because it's not a.
I'm just wondering if he's trying to
it's
find
not
it
an
that way.
all-in.
You know.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not a like even putting sexuality on it, sort of like heterosexuality versus
Mm-hmm.
homosexuality. It's who you will or will not prefer. That's why it's not a sexuality in that context where it's like
Right.
I only prefer this.
Right.
It's really just more of the idea of being attracted to someone.
I agree, and I know this is maybe against the
It comes
standard.
from it's like the Latin Saphir, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
to
yeah.
know.
To
something
know,
like
right?
that.
Exactly. Like I'm gonna say an unpopular opinion here, but I feel like I know this is against the current school of thought, but for me, sexuality is basically like sexual preferences. What kind of bits do you love rubbing your bits against? And that defines your sexuality. You know what I mean? Like, I think like attractiveness to traits, I think is a different thing. You know, as a component to who you want to
Just like gender is also
relationship
its
with.
own
Right.
thing.
Right. Like exactly.
Yeah.
Like
It's just
a friend of mine who was struggling with their gender bit of gender dysmorphia, right? And sort of like, well, I think I'm trans, but I don't know now whether I'm gay or straight, you know, da da da. And
Right.
and I asked them, I'm like, what bits do you enjoy rubbing your bits against? And they were like, oh,
that's what scientists would say.
right, I think so.
Because Vanguard is a doctor. I don't know if it is.
Well, a sexuality doctor in some
He's
countries.
a sexuality. He has several PhDs.
I'm an authority in
in
some.
boning.
The Art of Boning. Buy my
The
book
Art
now
of-
on
yes.
Amazon, in paperback and Kindle. The Art of Boning.
Yeah, put down the.
I'll put the
coupon
link.
code
I'll put the
below
link. The
10%.
coupon code.
We also offer Groupons.
Oh lordy, I
Um,
love the Groupons. Yeah, but anyway,
there is
yeah, Gerald, you're
finding a
fine.
woman,
I think that's the that's the conclusion.
Intelligent is totally cool.
You're doing it right, if that's your thing.
But what you're not doing is whatever your other influences are that made you ask this question. Stop watching them.
Yes, exactly. Right. Yeah, the fact that you had to ask this is concerning. That's the more
Remember that you
concerning
had-
part.
Exactly.
The answer to your
So,
question is very
I-
clear. The fact you had to ask is
It
concerning.
concerns me that it's a question. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
We're
The
concerned
answer
it's a
is
question.
very clear. Right. So,
Oh my lord.
but once again, my concern for society has not changed.
Yes.
And
No
if
new.
questions come in,
That's right.
Yeah.
No, we don't judge. Actually, we do, but we
oh no, I totally judge.
I know
It's
you
a
you
fucking-
judge. I should just
Hey,
change your
well, you
name.
suck.
Your name under your picture here to the judge.
It's not a judge. I mean, there's just Kayla needs to relax. And,
Right, exactly, Kayla.
Maybe when her boyfriend dumps her, and she'll learn.
Maybe she'll learn.
Calm her ass down.
Or she'll just go from relationship to relationship remaining insecure in
Yeah,
an untrusting
and
manner and
she'll
never
just-
trust again and live a miserable
Right, and
life.
she'll ruin guy's life after guy's life. With
And her own,
bullshit. That's
right? For
Yeah.
always being stressed about that she can't. Yeah. Anyway, we just figured Kayla out. All right. So let's.
Oh, I figured Kayla out right away.
So
She's got that phone going through notifications. That's not cool.
that's right. So, No News thinks I'm a doctor just like Phil is. So that he just equated me Dr. Phil, which I find hurtful.
That is shots fired.
It is
That's
Phil.
that's okay.
Is he really? Does he really not have? Wait, I'm a little surprised about that. Does he really not have a PhD in anything? Is that true?
Yeah, no, I think he's one of. I don't. He's one of those ones that was like.
Oh, he is. Clinical psychology.
Personal-
Clinical psychology. He's an actual.
Does he have a PhD in it?
Yeah, he has an actual PhD.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just like Oprah's friend.
Right, that's what I thought
But-
too for a while. But like
Right.
Dr. Phil,
And he is a complete fucking jackass.
Oh, totally.
Like he's
I mean,
not.
he's not a
his
good
advice
doctor.
Is also bad.
He's not a
Yeah,
good
he-
doctor,
he
but
gives-
he
gives bad advice.
right. Do not listen to what Dr. Phil has to say about advice. It's
Yeah.
not good.
And also,
You-
Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Dr. Drew Pinsky has become a.
Oh my god,
complete-
totally.
He's now just like he's like a
Like,
con
yeah.
artist.
Oh my, so
selling,
big.
like dick pills and
Supplements,
stuff, like,
exactly. It's
yeah,
crazy.
supplements
It's
where
crazy.
yeah.
Like, we don't have PhDs in clinical psychology, but, and this is maybe a little biased, you should listen to our voice before you listen to Dr. Phil's. It's like, oh lord.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, let's
No
go
one
on.
should ever listen to Dr. Phil.
No one else listens to Dr. Phil. Or Andrew Tate. Or all right, so many to not listen to. We should make a list sometime. All right, last question comes from Jonathan from Alma, Nebraska. Let's see. Jonathan is 19 years old and needs some advice. When I find women attractive, I sometimes just feel disgusted at my immediate thoughts. I undress them in my mind and wonder what sex would be like. I know I'm being disrespectful to them, but I don't know how to stop the thoughts. I feel like a pervert and shy away from girls because I'm conscious of these thoughts, and I feel like I'm a dirty, horrible person. How can I best deal with this?
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, Jonathan. What you have just described is perfectly normal
Well,
male
yes,
sexuality.
you've described a heterosexual male.
Your
Congratulations.
body wants to put its dick in something.
Yes,
Okay.
it's warm
Uh,
and it feels cozy.
you're gonna have to, and what's gonna happen is your brain is gonna come up with bizarre new ways to figure out how that can happen.
Correct.
You might find yourself fucking a couch.
Right.
You know what? But it is
Or banana.
no one is responsible for just their thoughts. If you were
Correct.
responsible for your thoughts, I'd be serving several consecutive.
Yes,
life
we'd all be in
sentences
jail.
For
Horrible,
that
horrible,
thing that
horrible,
happened at the
horrible
Fox
thoughts.
News building.
Yes.
But okay, question: do you by chance go to a big building on Sundays that has a giant Bronze Age Roman torture device
Alma,
hanging
Nebraska.
on the roof?
I'm suspecting yes.
Because it sounds awful like you might have been shellacked and cocooned
Yes.
in the upside down bizarro universe of evangelical Christianity.
We feel you've been Jesus-fied, my friend. Is
I
what the
believe you
concern
are.
is. Yeah.
This question has been written by someone who desperately needs religious deprogramming.
Yes.
That is
I kind of felt that. I kind of felt that too. Yeah. So
demonizing normal human sexuality is one of
is
the
a tenet of the Christian
one
faith.
of the many ways that
It is a
religion ruins fucking everything.
Foundation of religion is to make you feel ashamed for what you think.
And that's
Yeah.
clearly what is happening here.
Yeah. You are
Like-
okay. So you are feeling nothing wrong. What you're feeling is normal. You are attracted to women. You get aroused when you see them. You fantasize about doing things with them. That is okay, right? Now, how you act on those feelings, that's where a discussion could be had, right?
Exactly. But
So.
it sounds like you're just beating yourself up for even having the feeling. And
Correct.
that really sounds
Crazy.
like the reason that the only reason that I can think of is that someone has told you that
They were
these
wrong.
feelings are wrong
Right.
or bad, and they are not. They
They're
are
not.
natural, and the more that you try to repress them, the more that your body's gonna, because that it's a completely natural, biological and sexual process to find the opposite set attractive and then picture making new humans with them.
Yes.
Sometimes in
it-
ways that actually wouldn't work.
Right.
you know.
But it literally kept our species alive this long. That feeling that you're having. So
Yeah.
it's a very
We can only have one kid at a time, and it is a 9-month gestation
Yeah.
process. So they got to make it really enjoyable.
right.
because,
It's gonna
we don't have,
be-
humans don't have litters.
Mhm.
We're not like puppies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, even the use of the word pervert and stuff,
Yeah.
just
That's a
in that
religious
language.
red
Yeah.
flag too, right? You were
Uh,
told it's
so-
perverted, and it's not. It's not perverted to feel that way.
So you should listen to us instead. And
Right.
so everything you've been told your whole life by your parents is wrong.
It's wrong. Right.
And
It's-
welcome to reality in the real world, where
Yes.
finding women attractive is
It's okay.
perfectly normal and okay.
Perfectly normal. Now, let's do our caveats on here, right? So, you can have those feelings and find her attractive. However, you need to consider other factors when you are going to pursue a woman for a relationship, when you're going to have a relationship with a woman, how you're going to treat that woman when she's in the relationship, and how you're going to treat her as a human being, and respect her properly, right? All that comes.
I don't think, Jonathan, you're going
Post-feeling.
to have a problem with that because right now you
You
clearly
can't even feel
have
that way.
have an instilled respect for women. Like
Right.
even the thought of
Like that,
of,
fantastic.
having sex with them makes you feel bad for disrespecting them for thinking about them. So
Right.
so clearly you have respect for women.
Correct.
Maybe a little bit too much
I'm
in
just-
terms of your own thoughts.
I'm just too worried you might go too far in the other direction. You know what I mean? So we got to put those
Right.
limiters on
Yes.
there. But yeah,
Yes, although I don't see Jonathan being like, yeah, let's do this and just
bang,
you know, although I would like to see it. I would like to see.
Oh,
I
you
would
would-
like to see Jonathan tearing up Nebraska and
Right.
just
You would like to see him make a swath of destruction through
I
the
wouldn't
fine
say
long Yetis
destruction.
of
I would say a swath of passion
swath of
through-
passion through central Nebraska.
through central Nebraska
Yeah.
and beyond. But you think your crazy thoughts, man, and it's perfectly fine.
Yep, exactly. I want to see what Alma is. Oh, it's on a lake. That's nice.
Yeah,
On
it's in
Harlan
Nebraska.
County Lake. Yeah, no, I know. It's not a big town. Okay.
No.
Not a big town. I'm looking at Alma right
No.
now. It is small. It has 2 hotels,
Nebraska in
one vet
general,
clinic, one Dollar General, one Mexican grill, one pizza place, It's and a Subway, of course.
and I'm guessing 16 First Baptist churches.
I think so. Check that count. Yeah, oh my God, the whole downtown's like 6 streets. Small town.
So,
yeah, and one hospital.
But do not feel bad, Jonathan. You are perfectly normal. Perfectly. What you're doing is not wrong. It's not, perverted or anything else. You're just thinking the same things that we all did, which
Yes.
sometimes can be quite shocking to yourself. Like, wow, that
Yeah.
came into my head. But you know what? It happens.
It happens. And you know what? And a quick aside on that is like, that's part of the human condition. And there's people that like similar to Jonathan, beat themselves up or having those things. Do not have negative feelings. Like things pop in your head. Don't suppress them and pretend that they didn't happen. Right? Say, why did I feel that? And then learn a little something about yourself. Right? And that's okay.
Right.
And then you can grow as a person. Again, we're not gonna be held prisoner
As
for our
long as you
thoughts.
don't act on them, and if you're
Correct.
uncomfortable with them, then you can address that. But just
Right.
having the thoughts themselves is not
Nothing. Fine.
dangerous. It's
Fine.
more of what you do in terms of actions. But
Right. Right. And then now if you
Yeah.
find yourself having a lot of destructive thoughts, like constantly thinking about hurting people or yourself or any of that stuff, then you are, kind of in a psychiatric disorder category, right? And you should get professional help.
I don't think that's happening here. I think
No, not at all.
Jonathan
I'm
has
just
been
putting the
told his whole
disclaimers
life
on.
that naked girls equals bad
Bad,
and
right.
perverted.
Right.
And and I know that you don't have a whole lot of big selection in Alma, but
Right.
I
Population
Nebraska.
population
Maybe-
1,133.
Maybe head over to
Thousand
Utah.
census.
I've heard it's better.
Utah. You're gonna send somebody to Utah? You would never do that.
I would never send anyone to Utah. Utah is absolutely terrible.
Oh
No,
my
it's-
God.
I get in trouble for my Utah because Utah is beautiful. Like so
Yes.
Utah is
Great place to ski. Great skiing in Utah.
It is a beautiful has beautiful landscapes and all that stuff. Great. In every other way it's fucking hell on earth. But it does have the scenery is delightful.
Yep. Agreed.
So I will give that caveat. I have nothing good to say about Nebraska though.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
So
Hear you.
a lot of data centers.
Well, that's true. Because less people will bitch about the
Well,
data
also,
center.
low property values because
Yeah.
giant fields.
Yeah.
Anyway, best of luck to you, Jonathan. I think you'll do okay. Just maybe spend a little bit less time in that building
Yes, that's right.
if you can.
That's right.
All right.
All right.
But now that we've wrapped that up, I think it's time for speed round.
It
if you are up,
is
my friend.
time. Yes, it's time for speed run, and I am up.
It is bound
I am up. I fully admit this time. I will not shy away from my destiny. Speed round. So let me get the
You
counter.
tried to reverse it or trick me into doing it 2 weeks in a row.
Right.
It's been
Which
done.
I've done, which I've successfully done before, and you never noticed. So I take pride in that. So, yes.
I noticed, but I did not want to hurt your feelings because I knew what you knew. That you knew what I knew what you were doing.
That you knew that I knew that I also knew that you knew, so I therefore knew that. So it is
Right,
episode
speed round.
67 speed round. I am ready for speed round. So there's a minute on the timer. So Green Pants is going to fire 5 rapid fire questions at me. I will answer them within the 60 seconds, and then we will discuss.
A little unpack. All right.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Hit me.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Hit me.
What is the most useless thing you've ever learned?
No. Latin. I guess? Latin. Yeah.
What's the most awkward silence you've ever experienced?
Oh Lord. Awkward a friend asked me why other people don't find him attractive, and I honestly told him. I'll tell you more after. Yeah.
What's a conspiracy theory that you find hilarious?
Round Earth, flat Earth. I guess flat Earth.
What's a sound that makes you instantly happy?
Ooh. Female orgasm.
Correct.
Just kidding.
What's the most uncomfortable truth you've ever had to accept?
Oh, there's so many, like, the religion's so fucking popular. It's like there's so many people believe in it.
Good.
There we go.
You guys have
What is
time left, yeah.
I know. I had 12 seconds left, so it's not bad.
Yeah, that I thought of that exact same when I thought of the most uncomfortable truth, it's honestly that people really are as credulous and stupid as
they seem to be, right?
it seems. Like there's so much time. Like if you read Victorian literature about like all the all about like the medicine,
snake
and
oil
ideas
salesmen,
you know,
and
yeah. It's like, but as society progresses, it's supposed to get better. Like we're supposed to like learn stuff.
And the internet was supposed to be the age of reason, right? It's like information's the truth is out there. You just need to find it, right? Objective truth.
But now we have to like drag the anvil that is 50+% of the population. Like from regressing. Into the pit of despair.
Yep. Absolutely. It's kind of crazy.
That is an uncomfortable truth.
It is.
Also, climate change.
I
guess not uncomfortable truth. It's like there's so much that we've had to accept. There's so many. Donald Trump is fucking president, man. That is uncomfortable. That's really uncomfortable.
Here we are.
I feel no comfort in every single day.
Correct. That's
alive,
a bad one.
I lack comfort.
Yeah.
So
Super J, we're living in the Dunning Kruger world every day.
Like the Overton window just keeps.
Yeah.
Like, well, at least I didn't get murdered. Yeah.
Right. Yay.
So just keep shifting the goalposts until
woke up breathing.
Is 16 feet below the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
So everyone's crossing it because they don't even know it's there.
Don't even know.
It's pretty easy to cross a buried bar.
It is true. It is true. So so there's a lot of things like that. It's like it's like the it's that I guess it generally comes down to our faith in our fellow humanity. We have expectations of them that are constantly being disappointed and not being met.
Well, and that's the thing. And now I have no expectations for that. Because I have learned through object lessons and through, being hurt over and over again.
Yes.
That, you know what? No, we will not learn as a people. We are that dumb. And it's amazing, especially recently. A lot of uncomfortable truths.
Sure.
About our neighbors. Other people around. No,
the religion one always gets back to me, and it's the whole and again I'm a supporter of, if you want to be a person of spirituality, that's fine. If you want to believe there's something bigger than yourself, that's great. But buying into the dogma, and especially people who like swear by the dogma, don't even understand it. You know what I mean? It's like, well,
which is most
right. They don't even truly know their own religion, which is like, come on. Like if this is the bullshit you're gonna preach, at least know what you're preaching. It's like don't half-ass this. If you're all in.
That's one thing I always made sure of. I always made sure I could answer more questions about Catholicism than my parents could.
Yeah.
Because once I knew more, and they were like, I don't know why that
right.
Like
because you know,
take a class in comparative religion, Mom.
I have a Bible on the shelf right over there. I've read it cover to cover. Like I can tell you all kinds of stuff that's going on in there.
It's a bad book, and it says it's like a really fun game.
Well, it's a collection of writings, right, of different people over thousands of years. So that's how it's going to come across, right? It's like
a fun game that you can play is with a partner. Each randomly switch to a page,
Mhm.
flip any page in the book, and then do everything that it says on that page. And the first one to commit a murder wins. Like that, because there's so like any random page in the Bible will have enough crimes.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Yeah.
But
Like, you know, the conditions under which you could whip your slaves and, you know.
right, exactly. Like how, you know, the thickness of the rod that you can beat your wife with.
Very
you know?
particular.
Gotta be,
Very
you know.
particular about that.
The most
Oh.
useless thing I've ever learned was square dancing. Because I had to learn it in 6th grade,
Same.
and I've never done it since.
Same.
Ever.
I've done it since.
So for me,
I understand.
and because you've taken on and probably could use the
I understand.
small amount of skill you learned in that square dancing and moved it toward the much more complicated
Right.
ballroom dancing.
Right.
However, I stopped at square dancing.
I understand.
And
I
and
understand.
the robot. And that's about it. That's like so.
Did you do the worm? I used to be pretty good at the worm.
Yeah.
I can still moonwalk too. But, yeah.
I
Yes.
never was able to moonwalk.
Yeah.
But
No, it's,
yeah.
it's a technique to it. What did I say? Oh, I said Latin. Yeah,
said
Latin. When I was in high school, Latin was still a language you could take. High school.
Yeah, me
Latin.
too.
And
Yeah,
college.
absolutely.
And it's like, because the thing is, like, well, because it's the base of so many other languages, it is quicker and easier to learn those other languages than it is to take words in Latin and figure out, like, this Latin word in French is really the, you know what I mean? And Spanish and Portuguese, it's like, it does not help you.
Latin can be
Does not
if
help
you.
you.
Take Latin, sometimes in your life you will notice something and say, "Oh,
Oh,
I
has
realized
Latin
that
origins."
because of the Latin class I took."
Right.
But,
Yeah.
You know, that's you know, you're never gonna dissect a frog again either.
Correct.
So, you know, there's
Correct.
certain things you don't need to.
Yeah. Although I make the joke, it's funny. It's like, I don't want to say it because I think this has value, which is why I didn't list it. But like, you know, I talked to engineering students today, and they're like, "Oh my god, I got to take so much calculus, but it's gonna pay off someday." And I'm like, "No, it's not. I've been an engineer for 30 years. You're never gonna use it again." Engineers don't use calculus.
When was the last time you wrote a differential equation?
Never. The final exam in differential equations class. That's literally it.
And DiffyQs.
Right.
No.
There is a certain subset of engineers, like structural engineers, use some calculus, and power systems engineers use calculus, right? But for the most part, like,
Not necessary.
does not happen. And there's tools to take it. Well, same with long division or anything else. Like someone says stupid, right? It's tools for that. Some people say
Well,
cursive.
It's important to learn
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
process. Cursive serves no, because the idea of cursive was to be able to write flowingly
Yes,
and
yes.
in, you know, so that you could write faster and
Yes.
stuff. But now that
You type.
people aren't writing at all anymore, like even taking notes on their phones, like especially like with my kids taking cursive, they truly don't understand. Like, when am I ever going to use this?
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not.
Sign your
Other
name.
than to sign your name,
Right.
unless you decide you want to start writing things in cursive, like as
Right.
an art project, or
Right.
like you want to start writing letters like a grandma.
Mhm.
Wonderful.
Right.
You can learn cursive.
That's
You
right.
can, you know, I got lots of cursive letters from my grandma that I had my parents read to me when I was a kid.
Right.
'Cause no idea.
That's
'Cause-
right.
Because no one's cursive is actually real cursive. It's whatever the
Oh
fuck
my
they've
God.
decided for, like, because no one does the real cursive Q, which looks like a Z.
Right.
Like, they just create their own
Yeah.
thing. So yeah.
Yeah,
fuck
the
cursive.
capital Q in
That's it.
cursive is a dumb looking thing. It's just does
Yeah.
or is it just this
It's like a thing.
the
with
print?
like a,
What do you call it? What's not cursive? I don't know. What do you call it? Print?
Print.
Print. Yeah, print Q
Yeah.
with cursive. The rest. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, Super J had a funny one. If we can't read cursive, how will we read the Constitution? Clearly, we don't need to. We'll look at the online
Really,
version,
no
I
one
guess.
has.
No.
I, mean, I know, but the online version on WhiteHouse.gov just keeps changing.
Yeah.
They just sort of take out amendments.
Right.
And, you know,
Move a comma here,
not?
period here.
Yeah,
It's-
you should have seen
Yeah.
what they've done with the Second Amendment, man. It's rid.
Oh my
What
lord.
it was set up for and what they use it for,
Right.
not the same.
Yep. That's why I always love, if I had a time machine, could bring one of the founders to modern times. I was like, hey, here's what's happening based on what you wrote. Be like, what the fuck you guys do?
No.
It's like,
Well, first they'd be like, "Where are all the slaves?"
Right.
Like, okay,
Why didn't someone bring me
wow,
my tea?
we're gonna,
Where's my tea?
yeah, like, why is that woman talking?
Right, and why is she
Yikes.
wearing
Okay.
pants? Right, why aren't you beating her because she's wearing
No,
pants?
we'd have a lot to have to
A lot to
teach
explain. Yes,
yes.
yes.
Um,
Need to varnish
but,
my wood teeth. Yes, the whole thing. Yeah. So yeah, cursive's something. What are the stupid things to learn? Like I don't know. Cursive. You know, again, a hobby cursive can be nice, but yeah.
I'm just thinking of things that were like I was judged like had like cursive was like something that you had to learn and got
Yes.
a grade in and
Yes.
whatever, and was like just
Yes.
objectively not useful.
Right.
I never used assembly language again.
Oh,
I
see,
was-
I did. So that was actually
So I guess it sort of I guess it just sort of depends. But I can say cursive and square dancing
yeah, right out.
just never going to be useful. Maybe
Oh my God.
you can find some pointers Vanguard for that you could pull to ballroom dancing later on, but you
Yeah.
know, I'm glad I'm not watching my grandfather watch TNT,
That's right.
the Nashville Network. He would
National
watch,
Network.
just Nashville Network and watch
Square
line
dancing
and
competitions,
square dancing.
yeah. Finals. Crazy.
Um,
What's the other one?
most awkward silence.
Oh, awkward silence. So a friend of mine who was female, this is my case, got out, like, a relationship ended, and she literally asked me, she's like, I can't make my relationship stick, what's wrong with me? And I told her, and I said to her, do you want like the honest, straightforward, brutal? And she's like, absolutely, I need it. And I told her, and there's literally 60 seconds of awkward silence, like the most awkward silence I've ever been in, because she was not prepared for the truth. She said she was not prepared for the truth. Yeah. So that was uncomfortable. And then I felt bad because I'm like, and I really feel I really have no shame, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'm just pretty unabashed about things, but that was because she was clearly upset about the original topic that she brought to me. She wanted my opinion. I double checked to make sure she wanted it, verified. I gave it to her, and it was wrong. You know. So in my mind, I'm like,
would you do it again? So if you had
no,
to do
I
over,
probably
you
wouldn't. I probably wouldn't actually.
Right.
I probably wouldn't. So that's the thing. So yeah, so that was it. Very uncomfortable. Because then where do you go after that? You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, my uncomfortable silence was definitely. I mean, it was uncomfortable. It was very different. I was in a French brothel with a friend, and when we were,
Oh, I know the story.
in front of there was a
Story.
young lady in front speaking French,
Yes.
and we could not figure out if she, we believe that she was asking for sex or something, but not knowing. There was I want to say about a 17-minute awkward silence where we just
Sat there.
stared at each other,
Right.
and not knowing the language, and then the silence was eventually broken when I sprinted down the hallway and busted out the door. And that is how you leave a Parisian brothel.
Right.
And there is a back door.
Yes. There is.
And they will yell French things at you as you're running.
As you run
but
out the door.
I
Right.
don't know. But that was it was very awkward.
So this woman just
You know.
stood there. What was she wearing?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
What?
Right. It was. I'm not sure. It was a brothel.
What-
We were in a brothel.
no, I know, but sometimes they
Yeah.
wear things before they wear nothing. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Sometimes. Yeah, this
Not
was,
this case.
I found myself in a situation that I had not prepared myself for.
Right, I understand.
And hence awkwardness.
Was she attractive?
happened Because sure, yeah,
Okay,
it was.
okay.
I was not prepared for the situation, and an awkward silence ensued.
Because you didn't know if
very,
she said
very
like,
long.
right.
I didn't know what she was saying.
Right. She either
didn't know
she
what I
either
was
said,
saying.
"Here's how much money you need to give me," or like, or you and your friend will do these things to me in this order, or you and your friend will do
Right.
this, or right, because there's another guy in the room, so you're kind of like,
Right. There are several heavily armed gentlemen in the hallway.
Right.
So it's not, yeah. So that's why running was my best option at that point.
and you left your friend there to die, and he was killed there.
He ran too. He found.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay,
But-
good.
Yeah, and I mean, I led the way.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I had the idea
Well,
first.
you're a leader.
It was-
I mean,
it was-
you know, what are you
It was
gonna
an awkward because it was an awkward silence for him too, and
Right.
so what was he gonna, and so I ultimately solved the situation, solved the
Right.
problem, because I'm a problem solver.
do? Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
The conspiracy theory I find most hilarious.
Yes.
Like the flat Earth, I find most confusing because it's like the one that you can just look
There's-
outside and be
right.
like, no.
There's easy experiments
Like-
you could do to verify the Earth is
Yeah.
round, right? But I guess that's
I
the one I
think
find
it's the-
hilarious.
I think it's the Hillary Clinton
Oh, Pizzagate.
cosmic ping pong
Yeah.
child sex ring.
Yeah,
in the basement
Pizzagate.
of a pizza place that
Yeah.
never existed.
It's
Like,
just so elaborate. It's like so absurd.
because it was just so like harvesting the adrenochrome from kids
Yeah.
to reasons.
Yeah.
Like just the most bizarre, like, oh yep, and they, I mean, and enough that a guy pulled out a large caliber weapon and fired
Right.
rifle
To
shots
save the
into
children that were
this
being.
poor pizza place
Yeah.
that did not have a basement.
They had pizza, right? Yeah.
Because it's California, and you
Right.
don't really dig basements in California.
Correct. Well, another one, now that you mentioned that, another one too might be the COVID vaccine, was kind of hysterical, actually, right? People saying like it had the 5Gs
Right.
in the vaccine, right? And it says,
Right.
well, they're just forcing you to take the vaccine. And then what? Like, everyone's
Right.
taking it. What does it have, a kill switch? They're just going to hit the button and everybody dies? Like, how does that work? Like, they don't want
It,
you to do
it
that.
had a chip in it.
Yeah, it had the
I
chip,
mean,
right. That's
I
people who don't understand technology, because it's like, a chip this small has no power to transmit to the government. You know what I mean? Like, you're holding more security danger with this thing that you willingly put in your hand every day than you are the
32,000
chip.
times more powerful than
Right.
the Apollo 11.
Exactly. Yeah.
Although I have been to recent town meetings where, I'll just say certain people have used, in talking about vaccinations, well, we all learned something about COVID, and their point is that vaccinations are
Or a
not
joke.
necessary.
Right, yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you learned something wrong
Right.
during COVID.
You don't understand
That's-
science, right?
Right. It's
And
the
that's why
number of
people are
times
getting
I have
fucking
heard-
measles now.
Exactly.
It's like,
The wrong lesson was taken.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally. Totally.
Which is also explains why the most uncomfortable truth I have is that we are this dumb.
Right.
Like, it all
loops
kinda runs
around.
together.
It comes around.
Yeah, you
and
know,
and
it's all in a big circle.
the mask thing too is like, I can't believe you people wore masks. It's like, it's the government conspiracy to make us wear masks. And again, my question is, and then what? So we're wearing masks. What, do they just sit there and point and laugh? Like, what is their end game to making
If you
us
ever
wear
went to
masks?
Asia post SARS,
Correct.
everyone wears masks.
Wear
there
masks.
because they wear it
This is-
out of courtesy for their fellow humans. That
'Cause
it's designed
spittle
to. They're doing it not because they're
Flies out of
afraid,
your mouth.
They don't want you to get sick.
Correct.
Like,
Correct. It's called courtesy, right? and respect for
we don't-
society. Yeah.
well, remember, socialism is devilry. so,
Evil.
you
Right.
can't-
Right. Yeah. No.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
Oh my god.
uh,
So ridiculous.
only the richest should get doctors. You know, always said that.
That's right. What else
The
do we
sound
have?
that makes you instantly happy.
Yeah.
I also female orgasm.
Female
obviously is
orgasm.
the correct answer.
Question for me anyway.
Male orgasm too. I mean, that's sort of a chicken and egg situation. They're biologically interrelated. But I mean,
I want to hear that.
I don't want to hear the sound of of another right,
Grunting
okay.
dude, like, it's like, I don't need that.
Fair.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't think that one all the way through.
The man should be silent.
Yes, it should be silent. But women should express their joy. however
Correct.
they
In
wish.
all ways.
In all
It's
ways.
like,
By
yes.
written letter, carrier pigeon.
Yes.
whatever,
Or
know,
screaming
fireworks.
from the heavens. Yes. It's like all those
Yeah.
ways. Yeah. Joy should be
all
expressed.
all of it is appreciated.
Yes.
Uh,
Men's joy should be hidden in
another-
shame.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Because we're hairy and lumpy and gross.
Very lumpy and gross.
The trying to think of the sound that.
Am I
instantly
silent? I'm not silent.
makes me-
No news is asking me if I'm silent. I admit I'm not. I'm not. I don't like do crazy grunting. I'll talk. You know. Weather. What's going on?
Weather.
Sometimes.
Well, the one of the key things is, are you alone in the house with your partner, or are there children in the house? Because
Well,
that changes
right.
a
It
lot of
changes the dynamic. You learn how to be quiet when the children are in the
everything.
house. Right.
Where
Right.
it's
Yeah.
just like shut up.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's
Right. And you got to
So,
do the pillow, but not too hard. You got to do just enough pillow just
right,
to.
because
right.
otherwise they die.
Right.
And that's
That's
you
different.
know,
That's a different kind of
never
kink.
want to see that happen again.
It's never
You know, I mean,
again. Oh,
we
God.
both lived through that nightmare. You know,
Oh, lordy. Yes.
a lot easier to
Yes.
suffocate someone than you might think.
Yeah.
Just saying. Uh, but the sound that, like the
What silence? What sounds please you?
like
I like rain,
the
actually.
sweet sound of rain, the sweet buzzing of a vibrator, like a new one with a new battery.
So we brought it back around. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like at the
It-
low
it's
setting, or
like-
like you mean like the bing or the bing?
No, not the low. yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's just, it's sort of like, hey, we're getting something started here.
I see.
Like that's
I see.
Yeah.
And that makes happy. No, that
Um,
make me happy too. I agree. I think that's great.
any
It's
sort
beautiful, actually.
sound related. I guess probably the musical intro to certain songs might.
Sure. Bow, bow, now, bow, bow.
Like the bass line to Aerosmith's "Sweet Emotion"
Yes.
is something that is sort of like, oh yeah, or the theme song from Rocky. Some of those things are just
Sure.
da-da-da-da. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's,
No, you're right. There's definitely
um,
musical sections where you hear that, you're like, yes, this. You know what I mean? I think the catch to the song. Absolutely.
that
Absolutely.
then also can be combined with the sexual preferences and all of that as we bring them. Everything comes around.
Bring it back around. Yeah. Yes.
Um,
Nice.
I think we did it.
I think we did.
I think
Great.
I think we've helped some folks today.
I think
At least I
so.
hope we have.
And again, like for all of our questioners that like maybe we come up with a little bit of a critical feedback. I mean,
Kayla,
I don't want to call it names, Kayla, but
Kayla.
Have a thick skin. Do some self-reflection. You know what I mean? Because when you ask us a question, here's what I'm gonna say. When you ask us a question, the question isn't all the problem isn't always about the subject you're asking the question about. Sometimes the problem is with you, and that's okay, right? As long as you're willing to learn and grow from it. That's how you become a better person.
And Vanguard, as he has stated, has told people uncomfortable
I
truths
have.
and has lived to regret them.
I have.
So,
In
but
one case,
trust
too
that we
much.
will never
Way too
regret
much.
anything that we tell you guys. Okay? So, Kayla, everything I said to you, I stand behind. You're a fucking disaster.
Kayla. I love you,
uh,
Kayla.
I'm sorry, Kayla, I don't.
He doesn't love you. He doesn't love you at all.
You gotta, don't take your boyfriend's phone and start flipping through it and causing problems.
I
Like,
know.
you're
That
literally-
would bother me
you're
too.
Looking for like,
It'd bother
I mean,
me
can
too.
you even imagine? Like, I think I saw an app that you shouldn't have, so can
I
you
know.
download that app again
I
and
know.
log in?
It's
Like,
crazy.
Already, I'm out the
It's
door.
crazy. Yeah, the sentence isn't even finished, and it's
that
like,
phone has already
has to
been
go.
tossed into the ocean.
yeah,
Okay,
gotta go.
I don't have that phone anymore.
Yeah,
Whether
it's
it has
gone
Hinge on it
or not. Right?
I don't care. I don't have a phone anymore. I gotta go buy a new fucking phone.
And find your girlfriend.
Yeah, I got a lot to do now.
There you go.
Thanks.
Thanks, Kayla.
No,
Oh lordy, that's
we
right.
all learn. We all learn a little something.
I think so.
It's important for us to learn too. I think.
Sure. No, life's a learning experience, right?
This
You
is,
never.
this is a two-way conversation.
It is.
You know.
You never, you
Freeway.
never learn everything, and always learning. Even masters learn. The way.
Absolutely.
On that note, we're gonna leave. We're gonna go something. Who knows what we do?
Here,
Fair. Who could
I
say?
have some ideas.
I also
but,
have ideas.
One thing I'm not going to do.
Awkward
go
silence.
browse through my partner's phone and look at the notifications and figure out which apps are there and which aren't. Because oh my god, like I think part of that is our extreme age. The fact that we are so
Extreme
old
age.
that
Yeah.
that is that.
That we find that. Yeah, that's true. It is a like. In general, insecurity tends to go with immaturity. In general, I'm generalizing, but I think it's a pretty fair correlation. You would find statistically significant. You know what I mean? That like a lot
There
of
are
immature
plenty
mindsets.
Really immature 85-year-olds. You know.
It's true.
They
There,
exist.
of course, there's outliers. It's a bell curve. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we'll be here. I think on Tuesday, next Tuesday at 9.
We should be here next week on Tuesday.
9:30 p.m. Eastern U.S.
If
time.
everyone could please submit questions. The
Questions
link
are below
is
green
below
pants.
me.
They're down there. So
Um,
you click the question, you fill out the form, you send it to us. We'll answer it.
You don't have to say where you're from. If you put it down,
Say where you're
great.
from.
If you don't,
If
we'll make something up.
you don't say where you're gonna be from,
But
place
if
will be
you ask a
assigned to
question,
you.
It will be addressed.
Addressed and
That
addressed.
is our promise to
yes,
you.
You will
It will be addressed and addressed.
And addressed. Yes, it'll be.
Although it may take some time to get through a backlog of things.
Yes.
But that is our commitment to you.
And we always try to, get to the time-sensitive questions as soon as possible.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So with Kayla, it's only been 5 months. You haven't wasted too much of your life,
That's right.
So, break up with your boyfriend. Try to be a better person.
Yes.
And go from there. Jonathan, keep thinking those thoughts, man. You're fine.
Thinking those dirty, dirty thoughts.
Yeah. You're A-okay, buddy.
Yep, you're gonna
know
find
what?
you're gonna find a girl that loves a dirty, dirty boy. It's gonna be great.
So, yes.
Yep.
Revel in it.
Revel in it.
Don't beat yourself up about it.
I agree. All right. Well, take care, everybody.
Right.
We love
Good
you
night,
all.
folks.
Known as Super
We
J,
love
all our
you all.
regular watchers.
Especially
Love you
Super J.
guys, especially Super. I mean, of course.
Obviously, Super J.
Love Super J.
Their number one fan.
Number one.
Come on.
All right. Take care,
Bye.
guys. Goodbye.